Well, thank you. Yeah, on page 6 of the report back, where you're talking about, excuse me, where you're talking about the freedom to speak up Guardian, and you said there's been a significant increase from the 6 or 7 contacts in a month. Okay, are you able to quantify that further? Because that paragraph to me, it says that the increase occurred seemed primarily because of the Newsnight programme. But then it seems to go on to reassure the governors that the trust is of a good, a high standard. So it seems to suggest that people are speaking up as a result of the media and not because of the internal culture. So how many more contacts are you getting a month?
So rather than bringing Merenisa on that, I'd like to bring in John Glasby, the SID, who's also the non-executive who supports directly the Freedom to Speak Up.
Yeah, so we have seen an increase since the Newsnight programme and all the associated press, and Eve and I were with Julian and his our Freedom to Speak Up governor and his team this morning, exploring some of that. It's also in the quality account that's one of the key items for the Council of Governors in the pack. Our concern historically is not knowing what the right number is, if that makes sense. It's in one sense you could set a target to reduce it, but actually it's probably more important to increase it so that people are feeling comfortable coming forward and you're hearing different voices and you can triangulate that against other ways of contributing, both through these external reviews and through the kind of HR and line management process as well. So the increase has led to extra workload for the Guardian and for the 20 or 30 confidential contacts that do that work across the multiple sites with the Freedom to Speak Up Guardian. But in one sense, felt really positive that those people had kind of felt able to come forward. And then the key thing now, I think, is as we hear from and then respond to the cultural reviews, how to build on that so it becomes built into the norm rather than a product of the kind of enhanced visibility of these issues in the press, and in particular exploring the opportunities that there are when the trust moves to a new operating model that is more site-based, and scope that may be for enhanced freedom to speak up arrangements at each site, as well as having the cross-cutting Guardian that can coordinate and channel some of that back to the organisation and back to the board. So it's an increase, but then building on what's positive about that so it becomes the norm going forward, I think.
Thank you, John. I know also, Mr. Hill, when we looked at this report at the public board, there was a challenge from our non-executives as well to have more benchmarks around what's coming to our Freedom to Speak Up against other similar sized trusts, to see how it equates, how it looks, just to get a better sense of the data, because it's a very narrative report. And yeah, I think I can sense you're someone who likes data, I think, and we need to understand the data behind it too. Thank you. Katrina.
Just to offer a cross-reference here, as I introduced myself, I did say that I was the chair of Shrewsbury and Telford Hospital Trust, and I'm sure that many around me, plus on the screen, are aware that that's the trust at the heart of the Ockenden review, and culture is critical within that. And at the peak of the freedom to speak up elements, where we were really encouraging freedom to speak up as a means by which people could talk about their experiences. On a staff base of 6,000, we were having over 300 in that year. Now, if you want to put that onto the staff base here and then compare that to how many we've got now. But one of the things I fully support John on is the worst thing that we could do is actually set a target that suggests that we want either this number or we are looking for a reduction. In many ways, we should actively celebrate an increase in the number of freedom to speak up issues that come through to us. And then over time, at the right time, we will naturally see a decrease happening. But we have to support and celebrate that increase in the first instance, and celebrate it as well.
Thank you. We note the issues that if we receive this report, can we note the issues raised by the chair to the committee? And I would also ask you that we still need a Council of Governor rep. Oh no, we've got Veronica on this one. We'll come back. We need Council of Governor reps on the other committees, don't we? And we're out actively seeking volunteers on that. And in relation to freedom to speak up, we will bring back to the governors. John will bring back the proposed revised arrangements for the service as we move on to a multi-site basis. If we can record that both as actions and decisions.